Good day, everyone. This is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Saturday, the 9th of July, 2022. And this is the weekly technical analysis for spot gold and dollar yen for the second week of July. And we can quickly scan through this, and you can see that for spot gold, there was a massive drop on Tuesday and Wednesday of over 750 pips here, right down below the 1790 level, down to a low of 1782.25 before consolidating and pausing for the end of the week, but still below the 1790 level. So this was earlier than expected, this breakdown, and broke down from this descending wedge, broke down from this support level at the 1780 and the trend line, lower trend line, and along with this swing low. So broke through all the support on Tuesday, and we'll see what the rally is like on the US dollar. And we look on the weekly time frame. It's a massive bearish move, bearish candle here for the week. $770 pips, and looks bearish enough where it could continue further next week. So since the break of this longer term trend line as well of this triangle, plus along with the lower trend line of the descending wedge. So it broke down from basically this swing low at 1786, around 1787. So there is a potential for further bearish move. Could trickle its way all the way down to the weekly 200 EMA. Let's go back to the daily time frame. And let's take out some of these levels here. Don't need that anymore. Let's remove these. It's definitely a strong resistance with this daily 200 and daily 55 at the 1850 level. So that's the strong support zone up here. 1800 now becomes resistance as well. Oops. Next, let me add this 1800 line again. This is resistance, and this confluence of three levels here has been broken. It could try to come back to retest that, but for now, let's leave this here and change this fib to flip it around now. So the 138 fib extension is going to be around the 1706 level. Yes, that's right, 1706, but let's add in the 1700. It's going to be a critical support. That will be a key support zone. Okay, let's just take a quick look on the weekly time frame, and yes, just above the weekly 200 EMA. That will be a likely target area. All right, so let's take a look at the US dollar index to see how that performed. There's a correlation with the major pairs and this spot gold. And here's the US dollar index for last week, and you can see that right from the start of the week on the Tuesday, it started to break out. So right after the US holiday, broke out from this upper trend line, and from the 105 resistance level right through, very strong bullish move on the Tuesday, and broke through 106. Next resistance level, continued the next day into 107, and then finally on the Friday it did spike the which I didn't think it will hit so soon. This confluence of the two fibs of this longer term fib here to 262 fib extension, and then of this continuation move up to the 138 fib extension. So this confluence here around the 107.30 area before pulling back, being rejected from after hitting that target level at the resistance, fell back below the 107. So signaling likely a pause in this breakout, and that should be support now at the 106. So this will now be support zone. And this is now key support as well. And for now, we have resistance up above at 107, just above 107. Okay, so Tuesday was the major breakout and fall for the major pairs, and the breakout for the US dollar index. Let's see how much consolidation there'll be next week with the US CPI figure coming out midweek. And let's also take a look at the weekly time frame. And yes, it's also still a bullish close and with some upper wick with so likely some pullback first. But now it's likely will be consolidation first for another week. Okay, until a couple more weeks or 3 more weeks where the Federal Reserve will meet to announce their policy and rate decisions a week after the ECB. Okay, so let's move back to the other major pairs. So let's move on to the dollar yen, where it's still stuck in a very small tight range from support from the 135 and still unable to break above this 136.60 trend line. So it's caught in a fairly tight range here for the whole week. Let's see how long this is going to consolidate. So it has been unable to break out higher or retrace lower. So even though the US dollar index has rallied, but then showing some retracement and pullback. All right, so support is still there at the swing high. Let's add this to make sure we can see this swing high level. Okay. All right, so the key news this week for the US is the CPI on Wednesday and PPI along with retail sales and consumer sentiment on the Friday. We'll see how the yen is trading against the US dollar for next week. But it's still consolidating, but it's still in the upper half of the bullish range, just sitting below 137. Key resistance is still at the 162. Fib extension of this move up. It's above the 137 at 137.57. So let's see when it's going to test that or whether it's going to dip lower to find some support before bouncing back up. All right, so yeah, apart from the other major pairs and spot gold, dollar yen is the only one that's consolidating. Okay, so we'll see how the US dollar overall performs for next week and whether it's just going to consolidate first for another week before further moves the following week as it heads towards the end of the month where the Federal Reserve is scheduled to meet and for another round of rate increase. All right, so do have a safe week and a good trading week, and cheers for now.